Don't raise Jake's.
Direct, Josh.
And for one final time, ladies and gentlemen, this is NFL Sunday Pregame brought to you by 3 Podcasts, which we'll get to all of us in a couple of minutes. I am Will, and I'm always blessed to have these 3 gentlemen and plus one more gentleman who will be joining us within the next 7 minutes and 30 seconds, I suppose. Oh, as I almost fell off the chair there, that would have made some quality content. But let me go for what I have on my screen. So I have Jake to my right. Jake, hello.
What's up?
I have Dom below me. Dom, hello.
Hello, everyone.
And then I have Josh to the diagonal of me. So Josh, hello.
What's up, everybody?
So, gentlemen, last time around, season finale. Well, season finale. I thought I said series finale. But let's talk about everything that's going down. So, last time we spoke, we talked about Matthew Stafford. This time we'll start with Matthew Stafford. Him and Goff switch teams. A slew of picks go into Detroit. 2 future first-round picks. A third-round pick that's coming up. What do you guys think on this? Apparently, there was 2 offers that were made by there's one offer by the Carolina Panthers to where they were offering the 8th overall pick, Teddy Bridgewater, and a future 5th to acquire Matthew Stafford, and they politely declined. And the other one was the Lions wanted 1-for-1 Matthew Stafford for Aaron Donald. But what's everyone's takes on the Goff trade as we look at this now?
Okay, I'm happy Carolina did not do that because I feel like they have a better situation with what they have now than that. But the Goff trade is very interesting to me. It's a lot to go to the Lions, and essentially you're trading a 26-year-old quarterback for a 33-year-old quarterback. And the one you're trading honestly has more success than the one you're getting. It's tough. It's tough. I don't see how this benefits the Rams for more than the next 2 seasons. I don't know.
The Rams are like allergic to first-round picks. They don't like them. They don't want them. It seems like a huge overpayment for just an older version of what you have.
Yeah.
See, but in my eyes, I think that Stafford, I don't think Goff will ever reach Stafford's level, in my opinion. I don't think Goff is that great of a quarterback. I think Stafford's underrated. So I think they overpaid for him by quite a bit. 2 first rounds and a third, and you sending Jared Goff, you don't need to send all that. You probably could have sent, I don't even know, a second I think might be understandable to me, but I don't know. I don't think it's that much of a difference.
To move a contract like Jared Goff, who I don't know, I think 3 years left on it. He still has like $100 million to go.
That's the whole
a lot
thing.
of money paid.
Yeah, then it would be 1 first and Goff to take his contract.
A large overpayment, to say the least.
Because if you think a second is what's fair value for Stafford, then you bump it up to a first to take the contract, not 2.
The thing to me is if the Texans need and want to get rid of Deshaun Watson and they desperately want it to be a fair trade, I feel like if this sets the market or like this sets the standard for what you're going to pay for a quarterback, what the heck are the Texans going to ask for? Because if this is the standard, the Texans deserve to ask for like 4 first-round picks and a top player. Like, proportionally, I don't think they're at all similar. And if the Texans want to get rid of Deshaun Watson, they can't even pay attention to this trade at all. I don't know.
I don't know if we're talking about. Are we talking about the Deshaun Watson?
Well,
thing?
the next thing I have on here is the Texans are not willing to trade Deshaun Watson, so it's in a complete standstill at this very point.
Up is because
they're not going
at this point, as an organization, obviously you don't want to trade your number 1 guy, your quarterback, you know. But when he is unhappy and completely unwilling to play and not be happy with that team, you got to do something because he's not helping the team at that point.
And requested a trade.
He doesn't want to play for you. So for you to say that you are unwilling to trade him is baloney to me. You have to at this point, because if you keep him, you're hurting your locker room. You're hurting your chances of getting any return. You'd just be a free agent eventually, I'm sure. I don't know when his contract's up. So you're risking that. You're risking him just walking away, and you're getting nothing for it.
Carson Palmer did it where he refused to play until he got moved, and it worked out for Carson Palmer. But I think, right, Carson Palmer was the one that did that, right, Will?
I have no idea.
I
I'm not sure if
believe
this is.
so.
I'm not sure if
I
this
think
is.
from Cincinnati to Oakland.
Yeah, I believe Carson Palmer did that where he was like, "I'm not going to play then," and they had to make it happen. I feel like this is the next scenario that this could happen, and I kind of am on Deshaun Watson's side because this organization, and I don't like to side with players that are going to act this way because it's a business and you're being employed by that business. No matter what, that's the business side of it. But this organization has treated Deshaun Watson very poorly for wanting him so bad. They've done a lot against him. And yeah, okay, they don't have Bill O'Brien anymore, and maybe he was a big portion of that. But guess what? You're still responsible for what Bill O'Brien did to your quarterback and to your organization. And I think they need to move him. I think they need to move him no matter what. They need to get away from this toxic whatever environment that's going to be there, and they need to get something out of it. They need some kind of benefit from him.
And well, many quarterbacks have been taken from 2010 to 2016, and I saw this graphic on ESPN. Only one quarterback remains with his team that he was drafted for. Out of all the first rounders, and that's Carson Wentz. A trade is incoming within the next day or two, but as early as this week, he's expected to be moving on. Well, he's not moving on. The Eagles are moving on from Carson Wentz, and apparently the return is from the Bears. They will be getting the savior, the person that brought their first Super Bowl, Nick Foles, Tyreek Cohen, a first-round pick. The Eagles will be trading
that was just the Tyreek.
That was a smoke screen.
Yeah, the Tyreek Cohen's not part of it.
Ooh,
Screen.
that was a smoke screen right there. But
wait.
Go ahead, Josh. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that if they're just getting Foles in a first rounder for him, don't do it.
I think a second was part. And there was another pick in there.
Yeah, the Eagles would trade a second this year or something.
Still, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, I think Carson Wentz is still a decent quarterback. We've had this conversation on Xbox yesterday with Jake, but I don't know if it's worth it to get rid of him at this point. Obviously, you got Jalen Hurts, a young quarterback that you want to develop and make your number one, but Carson Wentz was close to an MVP season before his injury.
And has had good seasons up until now.
I agree. I think it's really just the injuries for me that is the reason they're wanting to part ways, because besides that, I think the dude's a stud.
Well, no, now it's just because it's similar. He doesn't want to be there because Howie Roseman has totally fucked him. And it's not much different than Deshaun Watson.
The Philly language, you gotta love it.
I'm over it. I'm just over it.
Howie Roseman is just him.
I honestly think that Carson Wentz, if he goes to the Bears, as long as the Bears don't, there's a big if, as long as the Bears don't get rid of Allen Robinson, I think, because he's a free agent this year, isn't he?
Yes.
If they can find a way to re-sign Allen Robinson, I think Carson Wentz has potentially his best season if he goes to the Bears.
No matter where he goes, he's going to have his best season because it's just us. I just know how this is going to go. He's going to win the Super Bowl his first year.
I feel like the Eagles end up losing a trade, whatever happens.
You know the old adage: if you get rid of the best player in the deal, you win, right?
But I also know that whenever we were talking yesterday, I was talking with Jake, and we're pretty much saying one of the big reasons that Eagles are having a problem with right now is their quarterback battle that they're just continuing with Wentz and Hurts. If you get Nick Foles back, you're continuing that narrative. You're just going to have two quarterbacks battling for a spot. Yeah. You have to buy into one at this point.
But Nick Foles has lost the battle for that spot.
Doesn't matter.
Literally everywhere he's gone.
I know, but if he comes here, like it's over. Like you just now have Seward Hurts as well.
When you have two quarterbacks, you have zero quarterbacks.
100%.
Jake's old saying.
Great quote, and that's exactly what's going to happen with the Eagles if they get a quarterback in return.
If we bring Nick Foles back, it's just a Seward Hurts. Like,
just trade Wentz for picks and go with it. That's what they need to do. Or just don't try to get anything in return unless it's a different position. Then go for it.
And then sign Mitch, dude. You're good.
Sign Mitch. Screw it.
the two teams that are reportedly in the finals for Carson Wentz right now are Frank Wright's Colts and Matt Nagy's Chicago Bears. So that's a situation to watch, and apparently a situation that, depending on how much the Eagles can get for Wentz, will be the starting point for Darnold's trade, according to Adam Schefter, where multiple teams like Washington, Indy, San Fran have talked to the Jets about acquiring Darnold. The Jets have not made up their mind yet if they're going to be moving him on or what they're going to be going on. So that's a situation to watch. They say maybe a late first rounder, maybe a day 2 and a day 3 pick. No one really knows what value you can get. If it's a first rounder, it's going to be at the back half of that first round, probably 30 to 32.
How does Wentz and Darnold hold similar value?
It's Adam Schefter. Listen. I don't believe in it, to be honest. He's not valued at a first rounder.
He's the guy that said multiple times early, purporting as fact that Wentz asked for a trade when it still has yet to happen. It's all been speculation that they expect it because he's unhappy.
And also,
which I think
you
it's
go ahead,
pretty
Josh.
close to speculate, though. I think it's pretty close to say that it's probably happening, but also you're right. It's just assuming at this point because he hasn't officially said it. Exactly.
You can't say it as fact on speculation.
Yep.
That bugs me in media.
And, well, to finish this off, the Raiders are open to dealing Derek Carr if they could get maybe a similar or better quarterback in return, which has been the talks of the Raiders for the past 3 years, with Gruden taking over the helm and whatever they can honestly trade for Derek Carr at this point.
Well, they extended Nathan Peterman, so there you go.
Yeah, Mr. 6 interception man in 3 quarters. That's exactly what the Raiders need at their starting helm.
Carr
I'll take Derek Carr.
Yeah, he's not the best quarterback in the world anymore since his leg injury, but he was still really good for them last year.
I don't know, whatever. I could throw things around and say maybe you can try for Deshaun Watson with Derek Carr, because I think that's the best that the Texans are possibly ever going to get in a trade for Deshaun Watson, but whatever. I'm just throwing stuff around. Spitballing.
And, well, let's look at the NFL salary cap right now. So Adam Schefter does report this morning that it's going to be hovering anywhere between 180 and 182 million, but the bottom it could go out is 175 million, which will screw a lot of franchises over. For example, the Eagles and the Saints, who are just in dire need of some cap relief.
What was last year's?
Last year's was 200, a little over 200.
Wow.
That revenue.
205, I think.
Oh my God! Hi, Josh.
Was I loud?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm busy, Josh. Can I call you back?
I pulled a mic above my beard. That was a bad idea.
But I want to hear.
It's like a filter.
I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the salary cap. Do you think it might drop to 175 million, or do you think it might stay at that 180, 182 range that they're slowly predicting? It's not set in stone yet, but they're going to be finding it out probably later this month of what the exact number will be.
I have 3 words. COVID's a bitch. That's it. That's it. That's all it is, dude. No sport is benefiting from everything that's happening in COVID. It is what it is. You got to stay afloat and you got to do your stuff still. It sucks. Same thing's happening in the NHL. Franchises expected, because there was supposed to be a rather large increase for the NHL in salary cap going into this season that's happening right now. And because of COVID, it was like, that ain't happening for years or whatever. So it's an ugly situation, but it is for every sport. Everyone has to adapt. It's COVID. It is what it is.
What they did, instead of, because technically you can make the cap whatever you want based off expected revenues.
Yeah.
But instead of doing a rollback, they just decided to arbitrarily hold it stagnant and keep it there for a couple of years. Because it was also weird with hockey. There's the collective bargaining. It's like the players have to pay back money depending on the split of revenue. It's different, but it's something that's kind of comparative, if it makes sense.
Plus, the NHL also, there's a lot of places where they found, and they still have available places to put ads and stuff. I feel like the NFL kind of puts ads everywhere already. I feel like there's nowhere that they have a blank canvas for ads. The NHL put ads on helmets for the first time. There's ads all over ice and stuff like that where we have the canvas to do with.
There's ads on the divisions.
Yeah, the division names have ads, which I don't even know because they're so, I don't know, whatever. But the NFL kind of has all that stuff taken up already. So I don't know. It's a weird situation, and it's COVID, and it's going to be a weird situation. So it kind of just is what it is, I think. It sucks, but it's COVID. Every team has to adapt, so everyone's in fair game is what it is.
And well, let's look at the Saints right now. As we mentioned, they're going to be in dire cap situation, but they're probably going to be facing a larger fine with new evidence that have come out after Alvin Kamara's historic 6-touchdown game on Christmas Day. No masks, partying in the locker room, which they have suspected that it may have resulted in his positive test, which for Week 17 ruled him out, and he was a very close call to play wildcard weekend against the Chicago Bears. I mean, we've seen, not really that much going on with these COVID situations. Not really any loss of draft picks, just large fines. Do you guys see?
Didn't the
Talk
Raiders
to the Raiders.
lose? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Raiders got fined like every single week. They didn't care.
Yeah, Raiders got fined a lot, I remember.
I mean, it's kind of stupid doing all this now fines for them after the fact. Like, it's been weeks or a month ago. Like, I mean, let it go.
If you're going to be mad at it and find them when it happened, not a month later.
Exactly.
And, well, last news thing before we head into all these awards and stuff. No COVID positive tests. The Super Bowl's a go, but there's still a chance that some player could get pulled out for some weird test. The Dez Bryant situation, Kevin Durant situation, something along those lines can honestly happen.
Is this going to be the new, lights go out in the stadium thing, whenever year that was against the Ravens and Niners?
Yeah.
Niners.
Remember that?
What a Super Bowl. And then the
That
Niners
was a
came
nice
back.
Super Bowl.
But let's head into these awards. We're going to go from the bottom to the top, basically, with all this stuff. So let's look at the Coach of the Year. So Kevin Stefanski won Coach of the Year, as we know. But here's how the voting went out. Stefanski had 25 votes, McDermott had 7, and Brian Flores had 6. What do you got? Do you think this was the right take for Coach of the Year?
I
completely agree. I think Stefanski did an amazing job with Cleveland. I don't think he deserves all the credit because I think the players really played well this season and really came together. But he was definitely a big part of it in installing a new, I don't even know what you call it. I think it's a new mindset in Cleveland. I think a winning attitude is what he brings in, and I think it's a solid thing to do with Cleveland and try to turn that whole thing around because last decade, 2 decades, whatever you want to call it, everybody knows it's garbage. So to turn that around and to bring that around and go to the playoffs, congrats to him. He deserves it.
See, I really thought that Bruce Arians was going to win just because of they're in the Super Bowl right now. They had a fantastic season, but my belief that I had is that Stefanski was the right guy, and I really didn't think he was going to win just because I don't trust award voting. But this was absolutely the correct choice.
I don't know how Brian Flores got votes over Bruce Arians, but whatever, dude. Okay, sure.
I mean,
he made a draft pick when you should have made a draft pick, and that's.
I mean,
wow,
he did
dude.
turn.
And then you started Brian Fitz every week anyway. But it's okay. Whatever.
I mean, he did start. I mean, he did go what? He destroyed Tom Brady's Patriots Week 17 last year and started that turnaround now. But look at it now.
Okay, yeah.
But here, he went from what, a 4-win team last year to a 10-win team just short of the playoffs. I mean, if they knew how to play football, I think they would have made the playoffs.
That's on the coach.
But he's been their coach. Yeah, he was their coach when they had 4 wins. So it's not him that much, but whatever. Whatever. Third place is third place. I mean, Kevin Stefanski's the guy. Yeah,
Stefanski deserves it.
100%. Because essentially, that Cleveland team is the same team as last year. What'd you change? You changed the head coach, and there was a big difference. So,
but I think something exciting too for Cleveland is that finally they're going to be able to have a coach that stays and have some sense of consistency.
I'll knock on wood right now because it could just be Cleveland and just turn around. There it is. There it is.
You blew it.
So comeback player of the year, Alex Smith.
Knock on wood, so I knocked on wood, and the dogs just went crazy. It was a bad idea. And then Alicia said, "Coming." She thought somebody was at the door.
Oh, that's great.
Comeback
That's fantastic.
Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith received 49 votes. Big Ben received 1 vote. I think we could all mutually agree that Alex Smith deserved this with the comeback that he had, but I just got to go on a rant here. I am a pro Alex Smith guy. I freaking love his story, and I've been rooting for him to come back to the field. But whatever, I mean, we've already cursed, but whatever asshole freaking voted for Big Ben needs to get his votes taken away because
Good old Pittsburgh people. That's what they do. Good old Pittsburgh
Big Ben
voters love voting their own people.
Who's the committee?
It's gotta be.
You are. That's an excellent question, Dom. I
It's all
cannot
of the Steelers
tell you.
fan base.
If it was, then T.J. Watt would have won Defensive Player of the Year, which we'll get to very,
be right
very
back.
soon.
Oh,
Well, I'll be
That's a
back
salt-
with that.
that's a-
Let's see.
All right.
I'll look it
Well,
up.
he gets back with that. I personally believe Alex Smith deserved this award. No ifs, ands, or buts, because listen, he almost died, and then he came back.
He was literally questioning to walk again. He came back and played football.
keep
and
his leg.
played a game of winning football. He didn't just come back and just say, "Yeah, I'm here, guys." You know what I mean? He came back, got the starting job too, and then continued to win a couple games. I don't know how many he won, but the dude deserves it. For anyone that disagrees on him getting this award, you don't know what you're talking about, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's sports writers, 50 sports writers. So, and it's voted on.
That's who's voting on these awards.
Yeah, it's like the
That's-
same thing in hockey. That's why I don't trust the voters.
Yeah, dude,
Writers?
they suck. It's
Writers.
the worst. Your press, literally, like you
Why
could
can't
be a
fans vote for this?
you could be a well.
Oh, that can go.
That's how the Pro Bowl voting goes. You know, you get
Calm
That's
down.
true.
Calm
yeah.
down.
That's true. That's
John
true.
Scott in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Well, we all agree though. Alex Smith deserved this Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
anyone that doesn't, I'm roasting you. So let me hear it if you don't.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Justin Herbert received 41 votes. Justin Jefferson got 9. Agree to disagree?
I'm gonna disagree on the amount of votes Justin Jefferson got. I think they're a hell of a lot closer than that. To me, I think it was a toss-up. You give one the award, he deserves it. I mean, I'm not gonna argue that the other one didn't at all. I think they both deserved it. I think they could have done co-rookie of the years or something to really give it to both of them. But if you got to give it to one, it's a toss-up. It's not 41-9 by any means.
100% everything Josh just said. It's more impressive what Jefferson did than Herbert, but Herbert does more for the team. I mean, it's just natural.
Quarterbacks are always going to win over receivers. Like,
Oh, 100%. Yeah. But I think it's more impressive what Jefferson did. Not by much, though. I mean, really, it is so close.
I
Because
liked watching them both all season.
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I really don't know if I was able to pick one, to be honest.
I like your idea of if they should have figured out a way to do co.
I mean, they
Oh,
did
really?
do that for MVP. They did Peyton Manning and Steve
Yep.
McNair in 2003, so they could have just split the award in half.
Yeah, and I know NBA
I
did
think
it
that has to
recently
do-
too. Like 3 or 4 years ago, NBA did it to where it was co something. I forget what it was. I think it was defensive.
They
player
should
year.
really have like a quarterback or a quarterback rookie award, and then offensive rookie, and then defensive rookie, because it's always going to be the quarterback for. I mean, really, like 9 times out of 10 at least.
Well, that's generally what the MVP versus offensive player
Oh yeah,
is.
100%.
It's the best quarterback and then the best other offensive guy.
Yeah,
Let's go
a
to
receiver here and there, right? But
yeah. I mean, Odell Beckham won it when he was a rookie all the way back
Yep.
in 2014.
Yeah.
Josh would know instantly, so good thing he got
I
that
knew
up.
that. I knew that instantly. Odell was the last wide receiver to win offensive rookie. I could have.
Probably because there wasn't a quarterback.
There was a quarterback. That's why he was getting the ball so damn much. Thank you.
No,
He just tossed it
No.
up. He just tossed it up every time.
rookie quarterback.
rookie
Josh.
quarterback, Marone.
I bet there was a rookie quarterback that year. Let me go look real quick. I don't want to.
There probably was, but continue.
It
Will.
was probably like Mariota, who's also trash.
No, no, Mariota
Mario
was the next
Winston.
year after.
Oh, Geno Smith. Come on.
Yes! No, Geno
Yeah.
Smith was 2013. Get out of here, Josh.
Was it? Am I wrong?
You
Oh,
are
you're
wrong.
right. That's 2014 season. I'm going to go 2012 then.
Okay, but let's go on to the next
Going
one
the
here.
wrong way.
Defensive Rookie of the Year was Chase Young. Couldn't find any other votes on it. Agree to disagree?
Who else would have possibly been close?
I couldn't find any voting on it. I don't know if this was unanimous, but this is what I found.
You know, Jeff Okuda, right, Dom?
Yeah,
I think
was
that,
forced into that. Okay.
that was one of the two I got right on my prediction. Offensive
Yep, me,
player.
Jake and Jacob got that right.
Because there was no other choice. There was no
Yeah.
other.
No other choice.
There was another choice. Dom got it. Jeffrey Okuda. Just a dumb choice. Just a very, very dumb choice.
Antoine
I was
Winfield
forced
Jr.
into it. I don't know. I don't want to do the whatever.
Jeffrey Okuda.
Offensive Player of the Year. King Derrick Henry. Agreed to disagree. 2,000-yard rusher.
No.
9th time in the NFL history 2K rusher.
2,000 yards. If you
Yes.
run
I
for
think-
2,000 yards,
yeah.
you get it. That's it.
That's what I was about to say. Because he rushed for 2,000, if he was literally 1,800, 1,900, I think it's going to a quarterback. Probably Aaron Rodgers, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like
Maybe Russell Wilson. I don't know.
Josh. Aaron Rodgers won MVP.
I know, but he can also win Offensive Player of the Year.
It
Yes.
doesn't work that way.
Yeah, he can. AP did it when he won MVP.
I know, but like it's
But-
It should
he
not
almost
work
broke
that
the
way.
rushing record that year.
It should
Yeah, but I
not
mean,
work
if you're the
that
best
way.
offensive player and you're the best overall, you get both awards.
I think those two awards exist separately because of that. They shouldn't be that way, but whatever.
Let's see. Let's go into the. I know the debate ones here. I know Colton wanted to debate this, but Defensive Player of the Year went down as this. Aaron Donald won, but here's how the voting went out. Donald had 27. T.J. Watt had 20. Xavier Howard had 3 votes.
So it was actually pretty close. Okay, I'm probably on the side that most people aren't, in saying that I believe that Aaron Donald deserves it. I think it's close. I think TJ definitely deserved a shot. It should have been probably
Both
really
deserve
close
it.
votings. Yeah, but I think when you look at statistics, and TJ Watt was leading in all
Everyone.
of them besides forced fumbles. But then
One
you
less
look at Aaron
game.
Donald's
One less game.
But then
I got
me,
this.
what really
Ready? I got this.
what really gets me to pick Aaron Donald over TJ though is getting double and triple teamed every single play, every single drive, every single game. This dude is known to be a defensive beast. He's getting triple teamed and still putting up numbers. To me, they both deserve it, but I'm not mad that Aaron Donald got it over TJ.
So double the QB hits, over 10 more pressures, double the tackles for loss, 12 more tackles in general, more sacks, way more pass deflections, an interception, and literally the only thing he doesn't have over Donald is 2 forced fumbles
In one less game.
in one less game.
I've seen the same graphic you're looking at. I just can't. I think it's close, and I think it's crazy to say that TJ deserved it way more than Aaron Donald. If you say that, I think you're crazy. If you think TJ barely gets it over Aaron Donald, I can agree.
He was
See, I don't know. I know it's not the way it goes, but I feel like Aaron Donald has won this award 3 out of the last 4 years. Okay, I feel like because of that alone, I vote TJ Watt in this scenario. Like if it's a legit, pretty much it's basically a tie. Like it's a really tough decision either way. I give
I
it
don't
to the
think
guy
it's a
that
tie, though.
literally hasn't won it.
I don't think it's a
But
tie.
I also
I think he
I
got
also
the
want to
edge.
point out in the NBA, whenever they do this with LeBron putting up stupid numbers every single season, this dude's in his late 30s, mid 30s, whatever he is now. He doesn't get the respect he deserves because this dude should be MVP a ton of times. I think he's only won it twice in his long career.
See, yeah, I don't.
He's
believe-
literally one of the greatest players of all time. So that's what I look at whenever I think of this, and I see that Aaron Donald's won it 3 out of 4. If the dude's the best defensive lineman in the league, he deserves the award. That's just my opinion. I think if you're the greatest, then you get it. But I do see that somebody else should be winning it. But I think it's just crazy to think that, oh, well, he's won it 3 out of 4. Let's give it to somebody else. Let's give somebody else a try. I don't.
See, I'm not about that, but he was, in my mind, objectively better this season. That's my thing. Like, if it's close and I don't, yeah, it doesn't. If it was close,
I mean,
and
some of
just
those
because
numbers are
that,
hard to argue against. Like
He was
double the pressures.
in a lot of things.
The
But I
tackles
also want to see.
for loss thing is big.
Yeah,
to me.
exactly. That was my.
'Cause that
big
means
thing.
he does
QB pressure.
he does multiple parts of the game. Whereas Aaron Donald is a lot more quarterback based,
and there's
and
nothing.
that's flashy. Whereas TJ Watt is doing the run stuff and the quarterback stuff.
And Aaron Donald has nothing in pass deflections. Which I
They're
mean,
also on 2 different.
There are 2
It's-
different
it's really-
positions too, so
yeah,
it's
they're
it,
two
ju-
different
it just messes up
positions.
everything.
but you should be
It's
getting more
tough.
pass deflections as a defensive tackle playing the middle, batting down passes than you should on an end.
You
He's
do
getting-
got a point
Aaron-
there.
I just wanted to point out too that Aaron Donald was getting double teamed 70.5% of the time.
That's
That's a-
the part that makes it tough.
That's a
I
lot
feel
of
like.
times to get double teamed. I just think whenever you bring in that and you think of this dude's going against 2 guys instead of just one,
Yeah, but so does every big defensive tackle.
Yeah, but I mean, this dude's still putting up the numbers. I just don't see it being that far off of an argument. To be honest,
I mean, I think it's very tough, and I
That's
think
something
it
I
could
would
go
give if
either
it was
way.
close, but like I think just some of the numbers are just too lopsided in certain categories.
I'd go TJ Watt, but like I said, I think it could go either way. But I'd
A
go
defensive
TJ Watt
end having
personally.
that many tackles for loss, like run game plays, is absurd.
Absolutely.
That should be 100% Aaron Donald's category, being right in the middle.
And well, let's go into play of the year. The play of the year was Hail Murray, the long pass from Kyler Murray to D-Hop at the end of the Bills game to secure the Cardinals' win to keep their playoff hopes alive for that very moment. And it kind of shuffled down the Bills' play into the number 1 seed. Do you guys agree that should be the number 1 play?
I can't think of anything else. So
Yeah, insane play, and literally that play won them a game when they almost had zero chance to win a game. I think absolutely.
Walter Payton Man of the Year award went to Russell Wilson. Can't really debate that. I mean, Russell Wilson does a lot for the Seattle community, so
He did a
Dude's
lot for
stand-up-
COVID.
Dude's a stand-up guy.
He did a lot during the COVID stuff in the offseason.
absolutely. And let's head into the big award, the MVP. Aaron Rodgers brought home that award for his 3rd time in his illustrious career. I don't have the exact votes, but if I can remember off the dome, Aaron Rodgers had 44, Josh Allen had 4, and Patrick Mahomes had 2. That's how the voting went out on that. Agree to disagree.
Can I just say really quick? Russell Wilson has the choke of the year.
For that
should
award.
have
Choke
been
of the year.
For that award.
Locked up like week 5 and then just absolutely submarined himself.
He was on pace for like 65 touchdowns in week 5, and then it just went so downhill.
Like
I think Aaron Rodgers was a lock 100%. I mean, the voting showed that if those are the numbers.
Absolutely.
Absolutely should have won because Russell Wilson choked. He played like trash the back half of the year.
I mean, I thought Josh Allen was going to be winning this award. He had a great first half of the year, and then kind of tapered off a little bit mid-season. Then he's kind of up and down by the end of the year, but it was a very good time to see him win that award. And let's go into the Hall.
Aaron Rodgers, what is it? Aaron
Also-
Rodgers is the 9th player to have that award 3 times or something like that? Or no, 4th player to win the MVP 3 times? I don't know. I saw some stat like he's in a pretty exclusive group of people.
He's
But
there
also,
with
do you-
Brady, Peyton, other
mean,
people.
Do you guys agree that this is kind of a big FU to the organization? Because it is in my eyes a little bit.
Oh yeah, angry Aaron Rodgers was our
That's-
topic all year.
Angry Rodgers was really, or pissed off Aaron Rodgers was really our saying the entire year. And I just think that you drafted this quarterback, he never touched the field. There's no reason.
You don't know if
Get
he's
him a
going to
freaking
touch the
weapon.
field.
He's not going to in the next year. He's not even going to touch it next year unless
4.
Rodgers gets an injury or something. Knock on wood, I'm not going to this time,
But let's go into the Hall of Fame inductees. Last night, 8 more people got inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and here are the lists in alphabetical order. Alan Faneca, Tom Flores, Calvin Johnson Jr., John Lynch, Peyton Manning, Bill Nunn, Drew Pearsons, and Charles Woodson. All will receive their gold jackets in August if, COVID, more stuff gets let up. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on all this stuff. I know Bill Nunn was a scout for the Pittsburgh Steelers back in their 70s where
So
they won that 4 Super Bowl run.
who were the first ballots? It was Calvin,
Peyton, and
Woodson.
Charles. Yes.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, 2 of those guys,
like
you
that.
absolutely just go up to the podium. Peyton Manning, like when they're when you're.
and
trying
I
to
think
tell
that
them
was
to the Hall of
I think
Fame.
that was a thing that was. I think that was a thing that was said in the committee
was-
too. Is that
it was
one of
actually-
the members was arguing for Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
was
it's exactly what happened. You say Peyton Manning and leave.
Yeah.
I said that about
Because
someone.
what else? There's
and,
nothing else you need to say about that guy. The dude's getting in the Hall of Fame no matter what you say. There's no reason to not. One guy that I think could keep getting snubbed, and I think is continuing to get snubbed, Torrey Holt a little bit. I think Torrey Holt should be getting in at some point. I thought it'd be this year, maybe last year. I don't remember, but I don't know why he hasn't been in yet.
I think the only reason why he didn't get in this year is because they had to eventually put Drew Pearson in. Because
Yeah.
there has to be an older player every year.
Yeah.
And then ever since T.O. with his nonsense.
And
they've
Reggie
made-
Wayne isn't in yet, is he?
I don't think
So let me go over the guys that didn't make it, and you'll
Yeah, I
hear
think
your
Reggie Wayne's
answer.
not- I don't think Reggie Wayne's in.
So the people
Which
that
really
were
surprises
in
me.
the finals that didn't make it were Jared Allen, Rondé Barber, Tony Baselli, Leroy Butler, Torrey Holt, Clay Matthews Sr., Sam Mills, Richard Seymour, Zach Thomas, and Reggie Wayne.
Clay Matthews,
Clay Matthews Sr., his
Senior.
dad.
the dad.
senior.
The Browns and the Falcons, man.
Yeah, so ever since
That's what I thought.
ever since T.O., where he was complaining every year about not getting in because he is who he is, and then they've become spiteful and put in every single first ballot receiver since.
Besides
well,
the obvious of Torrey Holt and Reggie Wayne.
Well, I don't think Torrey Holt was. I think Torrey Holt was already on the ballot before T.O.,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't be first ballot. It's everyone since him who's been first ballot. Calvin, Randy Moss. There was whoever the other one was. I think it was Marvin Harrison.
Yep. Probably.
And well, let's look into next year's first ballot people that have the chance to get in on their very first try. DeMarcus Ware, Devin Hester, Steve Smith Sr., Robert Mathis, Andre Johnson, Vince Wilfork, and Anquan Bolden. Of those guys, who could you see making their very first?
I
The
don't know
one,
who
the
to pick.
in, the one
there-
and in.
If I had to
Is there-
pick
I don't
one,
think any of them.
if I had to
Let's
pick
say
one,
we pick two. I think you could pick
Yeah,
two.
you could pick two.
okay. Well, I think kind of maybe should be a definite is Anquan Bolden. If you look at his stuff, dude, he had such an insanely good career. I mean, it was like he was so underrated for so long. And right from the beginning, he was so freaking good. And then probably Steve Smith.
Isn't Tony Romo eligible soon too?
Next year, I
Probably
think.
next year.
I
No,
don't
2
think-
years.
3 years, right?
You have to
So it
wait
has to
5
be
years to
5.
get
so
in.
no, he's only been out 3.
Never mind. Yeah.
I don't think he makes.
I just-
I don't think he makes.
wanted to see
I don't
if
think he
he's-
makes the Hall of Fame ever.
I wasn't gonna throw him in the Hall of Fame. I'm just asking to see if he was eligible.
Unless he commentates literally the rest of his life, he could make Hall of Fame as a
As a commentator, he could.
as a commentator player type of thing. But yeah, I don't think his career is enough. Not at all. If Eli Manning is a conversation, Tony Romo is definitely not a conversation.
Wait. If Eli is a conversation, Tony Romo definitely isn't.
Yeah, Eli had a
Like,
better career than
No,
Tony.
Tony had a better statistical career than Eli.
Statistical, but Eli won 2
Statistical.
Super Bowls.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing he
Thank you,
clings to.
Dom. God,
Yeah, that's
Dom
it.
is just
That's,
repping.
that's
him
my
right now.
point. That's the only thing he
Josh,
clings
I
to.
said it's a conversation. I said it's
I
a
know.
conversation.
Listen. As long as you're saying it's a conversation, I'll take it. 'Cause
Take what you
nobody's
can
ever said
get.
that to
Take
me.
I don't
what you
think. Yeah.
I
Eli is not
I
a Hall
swear,
of
since
Famer.
Since
Tony
Eli's
Romo's on the Hall of
retired, I've been told by every single person I've talked to that Eli's not getting in. It's not even a conversation.
I mean, it's
So the
not a
fact that
conversation. He's
Dom,
not getting in.
Patriots, The fact that Dom, a Patriots fan, is telling me it's a conversation, I'll take it.
He's not first ballot, that's for sure.
He's not a
I
third
will-
ballot.
I don't need him to be first ballot as long as he gets in.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
Put him in.
That's fair.
For me, I'm putting him in first ballot, but
Fuck. Screw you.
For what?
But
2 Super Bowls.
for winning against crazy teams in that wild card run and then beating the undefeated Patriots. Tell me that wasn't the craziest playoff run you've ever seen in NFL history. Go ahead.
2 seasons. 2 seasons.
Okay. Oh, that's Hall of Fame. Yep. You have
Uh,
one good year and it's a Hall of Fame. That's I forgot.
That's not what
Hall
I
of
said.
Fame
He did it twice. He did it
Oh,
twice. Sorry.
I forgot
meant to-
again.
meant to
That's
point
what
out the
Hall
other
of
one
Fame
too.
means is you have 2 good years out of your
At least
entire
we didn't
20-year
trade him.
career.
At least we didn't trade him away after he won a Super Bowl like the
You
Eagles.
probably
did.
should have.
Well, thank God we didn't. He won us another one. So
and this is when Josh turned off his Xbox. But to go back on the topic here, I honestly think Andre Johnson and DeMarcus Ware should be first ballot into the Hall of Fame. Guaranteed. Even though I'm repping that Steve Smith jersey right behind me, I think Andre Johnson and DeMarcus Ware are both they both can get first ballot. Walk right into there.
I like Andre Johnson being in first ballot, and DeMarcus Ware deserves it too. Vince Wilfork, I think, also is a hell of a player.
Vince Wilfork had 2 great interceptions, and he ran maybe a total of 80 yards total on both of them. So he deserves it
anybody's a
just
first
on those
ballot.
plays.
Like I don't think any of those guys are really first ballot, but I'm selective. Like obviously, if anybody's a
hates
first
everybody.
ballot, it's DeMarcus Ware, because of how dominant he was for that little bit. Just like I don't think any of those guys, unless they put Hester in specifically as a returner, because if you look at him as like his whole position, and no, he wasn't that good, but just as a returner, he's
Also-
the best ever.
But Earl Patterson tied him, didn't he?
Not too sure. I know
Maybe
Hester
for
leads
one,
all
like
time.
a single season record, I think.
I know Hester holds
hate-
like
I hate to-
21 returns.
That's insane.
I hate to bring it up again, but Tony Romo did leave the league in 2016, the same year as Andre Johnson, so he'll be in for the ballot.
Not
If
this
they put
one.
him in.
Andre Johnson was at 2016.
Oh yeah, he
that's
played on the
in
Titans and the Colts.
2016. Yep. And
Not
that's when
very
Romo
well.
left too. So that was they
That's
had the same
news
last
to
season.
me.
So he
Yeah.
should be on the same. He should be on the same ballot then. Not that he's not going to get in, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Well, let's talk about bold. Or I mean, we won't have this show for a couple months, but let's just have it on record here. So, bold offseason predictions. What do you guarantee that's going to happen this offseason that
Oh,
you're securing
teasing.
that will happen?
Yeah. I'm gonna secure. All right, and hear me out. I'm wearing this Giants jersey with pride today because
Stop.
I've worn it. I've worn it during 3 Super Bowls against Tom Brady, one of them being Jake's Eagles, and every single time the team has lost, Brady has lost, I should say. So this is the jersey that will get the Chiefs the win today. Besides that, off-season prediction: the Giants will get a stud free agent wide receiver, not draft one. They'll get a stud free agent wide receiver, whether it's Allen Robinson, maybe Curtis Samuel. I think maybe
No,
might be good.
Allen
Kenny Galladay.
Robinson. Allen Robinson is not gonna want to go there.
I think my highest pick is Kenny Galladay right now. I would really like to see him on my team.
Marvin Jones
So
today that he wants. Well, he wants to go to play with Stafford, but he wants out of
yeah,
Detroit.
I think they pick up a stud free agent wide receiver and they draft a secondary in their 7th or 8th pick, whatever it is. Hopefully Micah Parsons. I'm really pulling for Micah Parsons from Penn State. But those are my offseason predictions for my team. I'll think of some more for others.
So this is off season, not next season, right?
Off-season stuff. What are you guaranteeing that's going to happen? Players move, something happens.
I had one and I just forgot it. So go to Dom.
I have.
I'll say Deshaun Watson does not get traded.
That's bold.
I really,
bold.
I
That's
need
my
him
bold
to.
prediction.
He needs to get out of there.
I'm not saying that's all. I'm just saying that's what's gonna. It's gonna be.
No.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Gronk retires again. I'll say that.
Nah,
I think he's
I don't
gonna
believe it.
retire.
I don't. I don't
Wait.
believe it.
If they win, does he retire? If he loses, what are you
Both.
saying?
Both. I think he retires.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Win
I don't
or
think he
lose,
wanted to
he's
come
gone.
back. He just the T-Mobile commercial.
Yeah, dude, the T-Mobile commercial. That is my favorite commercial of all time, dude. I love that. That's so funny. I honestly, I don't know. I mean, I could speculate a ton of crap, but I don't know. I really don't.
I think also one of my bold predictions could be, I think the Panthers could pick a quarterback, but I also think they're going to re-sign Teddy and keep him.
Well, Teddy's still under contract for 2 years.
Is he actually?
Yeah, he signed a
thought he was
3-year,
up
like
this year.
$60 million.
Never mind.
No, they have no reason to get rid of that situation other than the fact that I guess they wanted Matt Stafford. But
So my bold offseason prediction: 10 quarterbacks that started at least 8 games last year are going to be moved to different teams. They'll be starting different teams for the start of next season. So we'll probably be seeing the likes of Darnold, Wentz, multiple other names that'll get moved. So I'm guaranteeing
Mitch.
10 quarterbacks that started 8 games or more will be moved during this offseason.
Fitz.
Yeah, to New England.
Also,
Bold. That's
You
bold.
know-
That's
You
bold.
know, I was gonna say that. As a bold prediction. Fitzpatrick to New England, but
Let's see. Mikey says
knows?
Mikey's bold prediction in the comments say Giants will acquire an actual quarterback this offseason.
Hey, tell Mikey newsflash. I already got a quarterback. Tell him to shut his mouth.
You're the only blind one here.
I'm not blind. He's a decent quarterback. At least we have a quarterback that's not in a stupid situation between two.
It's because you don't have another one to go to.
You got 2 quarterbacks. You got 0.
And you have
Remember your quote,
0
buddy.
total.
We got one decent
You have 0
quarterback. You have
total.
0. You have 0.
We have 2 because we have. So we
Wait,
have
how
0.
many?
You have 0.
Didn't he only have 8 touchdowns this season?
He did not have a lot.
And Wayne Gallman did a split on a football, so that was more productive than Danny Dimes'
I
8
don't know
touchdowns.
how 8 touchdowns is decent. But
Listen, I didn't call him decent this season. I'm calling him a decent quarterback overall.
But
okay?
he has to have at least somewhat
That's
of a
his
decent
sample.
season.
No, he doesn't. He had a bad season. Okay.
No.
I'm not going to argue with it because it's the way I see it. I'm confident in Daniel Jones. When we get Saquon back, we get him a free agent wide receiver. We get a secondary defensive piece. The front 7 look
Turn
great.
off the Xbox. Turn off the Xbox. Salary cap is
I'm not turning
on.
off the
Salary
Xbox.
cap is
Listen,
on.
you're
Turn
my
off
show
that
rant for the
turn
rest
off
of
that
the show.
Xbox right now, buddy.
Josh, see, you said that's how you see it, all right? And we all know I squint at everything. If I can see it correctly, you can
can't
see it correctly.
What's you seeing it correctly, Dom? Go ahead.
Squinting at it from like 2 feet away and still seeing it correctly.
But I'm saying you see it correctly is just your opinion. It's your thought. Just
Mikey
mine.
also calls Danny Dimes Danny Diapers.
And I call him the Dan Chise. So
I
we
have
got
people
different
watching
nicknames.
that are Giants
Yeah,
fans
and they
saying
called-
that you're wrong right
and,
now.
and Jets fans
They just can't
Show me,
comment 'cause they
Jake.
don't
Show
have
me,
accounts.
Jake. Show me, Jake.
and
It's
Jets
fake.
fans
Jake's lying.
Jets fans used to call
He's trying to comment.
Mark Sanchez the
Snapchat.
Sanchez, and that was never good. No offense, Will. Actually, all
The
offense,
Sanchez was, the greatest thing ever. The Dan Chise, oh, get out of here.
Dan Chise is better than the Sanchez. Are you kidding me?
At least Sanchez was good for at least a season.
Oh yeah, he was good at running into a center and fumbling the ball. I don't want to hear it, Will.
As opposed to just dropping it.
As opposed to running 80 yards and you're right.
Tripping
and
over a
fumbling.
sprinkler head, yeah.
There was
Uh,
definitely something there. They should have
Okay.
looked
Yep.
into it more.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
I just don't get the whole trashing Daniel Jones. Okay, I don't get
Because
it.
he's trash.
He's not good.
No, I don't. Okay, then hear me out. If Daniel Jones isn't good, give me the Eagles quarterback situation. And tell me if it's good.
I'll take Nate Sudfeld over
Okay,
Danny
it's
Dimes
situation.
We will
anytime.
It
not
doesn't
take
matter.
Nate Sudfeld over Danny.
Yes, I
Dimes.
will.
I'll take Sam Darnold over Danny Dimes.
You would not take Sam Darnold over.
I would take Sam
You're just
Darnold
trying
over
to
Danny
piss-
Dimes.
You're
Dude,
trying
I'll
to
take
make me mad,
Cam. I'll take Cam over.
Oh God,
Danny
he's squinting
Dimes.
again. Oh no.
He had a better season.
just-
like
I'm just gonna mute until this conversation's over since it's 3-1 and I'm not getting anything.
'Cause you're
from these
wrong.
power-headed- I'm not wrong, but it's okay.
Let's go into I don't know if anyone has placed any bets, but Jake's delinquent. Well, I'm
There's more.
I'm quoting it after. Wait, there's more?
I thought. No. I
Oh,
thought this was it.
I'll go more on bold predictions. I could go off
Go
for
for it.
I go off a
Oh,
little bit
no,
more.
No. I thought this was the end of the whole thing. All right, let's go.
No, if you guys have any more, you could go right ahead. I can honestly pull some more
Well,
stuff
can
out.
you-
No.
Well, can
I
you tell
thought
me-
this was the end of the show.
No,
Keep going. Let's go. Yeah. Let's
no,
go.
there's
Betting.
still
Well-
some more stuff to go on here.
There's a degenerate corner over
The Jake's degenerate
you tell me
corner
what
where
the-
Jake laughs and points. That's his corner.
Well, can you tell me where you want A-Rob to go?
A-Rob to go? Well, he's liking stuff about the Jets, so he's gonna go to the Jets. Okay, you cannot change my mind about that.
So can that be your bold prediction?
Oh, that'll be my bold prediction. Jets overpay for Allen Robinson.
Here's a bold prediction.
Overpaid,
Here's
too.
here's my bold prediction. Allen Robinson and Deshaun Watson play on the same team next year.
The New York Jets.
I don't care what the teams are, but if a team can secure one, they can secure the other.
Josh, you could go on Allen Robinson's Twitter. You'll find stuff that you just like in Jet stuff all over the place.
Could be a sign. You're right, Will. I don't think it is.
He likes playing with back quarterbacks, so he's going to be playing with like Joe Flacco or something. I don't know. The Jets aren't going to be able to pull anything off.
Oh, I remember my one from earlier that I forgot. Urban Meyer picks Justin Fields.
That is bold as hell.
It's as bold as it gets.
As I'm hitting my
You
microphone.
You want to know what Trevor Lawrence's odds are to be the first overall pick?
Minus like
They're
6,000.
Minus 5,000. So like it's
bold.
bad.
That's
But I
as
think
bold
Justin
as they
Fields could
go.
Number one. I really do. I don't think it's that far.
I just think
Talk to any sports book.
it's bold. That's the
Well, I'm
point.
saying, me and Jake, the college football knowledge people here.
I think he's just as
I
good.
think Justin Fields is not that far off from Trevor
He's
Lawrence.
just as good.
I think Trevor Lawrence is just the prototypical quarterback. Justin Fields is more of what's new and what's coming in.
I think there's very, very little difference.
I honestly, I can, if the Jets are able to trade that second pick, that will really alter the Jaguars' decision making into Fields or Lawrence, because they don't want the Jets to get Lawrence because they'll have to face them in the same conference. It would just look very bad for them. That's another bold one.
Well, that doesn't like the
Well-
Rams and Eagles to this like.
Yeah, the Eagles jumped up like 15 times to get
But
Wentz.
the Rams did too. Like the Rams jumped up like 10 spots.
No, I think they only traded like once. The Eagles traded what?
Yeah,
the
but
burnt piece of toast, Byron Maxwell, and Kiko Alonso to Miami to get the 8th pick or something.
We did 2 different trades to get picks and then packaged them. We traded all Chip Kelly's trash to get more picks, then use those.
Okay, so I just got another thing in here from Jess. Delayed response, but Jones is a terrible quarterback, and I'm a Giants fan. There we go. Josh is very upset. But last season...
I'm not responding to your slander.
So, the Degenerate Corner brought to you by Jake's finger pointing and laughing. What are we looking at? Well, I know Josh cannot do any sports betting in Oklahoma. Jake's just like, screw it, not doing it. He'll make it. Okay, so
the Super Bowl. What?
So I have 4 separate bets I put on the Super Bowl in order to make all this work. I have 2 parlays and 2 regular bets. So my first parlay, I have Brady over a half-yard rushing, Leonard Fournette, Gronkowski, Demarcus Robinson, anytime touchdown scores at 9,590 odds. The exact points I have is 59 at plus 2,100. My second parlay is Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, Tampa Bay defense, Chris Godwin, anytime touchdown scores. And I'm not going to say my Super Bowl MVP because I'll save it for the picks down there. I don't know what anyone else has, but...
I remember there was a prop bet about Tom Brady's first half or first quarter because it's notoriously bad in Super Bowls. And it was like either an over/under on something, but
Probably first quarter, 0 points.
whatever it was, I'm taking the under. I think they go for the run game to start.
For the first half?
First quarter or whatever it was. I don't know. See, you know me. I don't really follow the bets. I saw it this morning. I'm like, yeah.
I know
that
Brady.
sounds smart.
Brady in all 9 Super Bowls combined, he's only scored 3 points in the first quarter. And that came against the Rams, I believe. And that was the only points he's scored. Do you have anything, Dom, or are you trying to search him up?
I mean, I made bets. I made a ton of bets, dude.
And then just the random one of of course the Weeknd's gonna play The Hills as the first song.
It has to, dude. That has to be the first song.
What's the other popular song that the Weeknd has right now?
I made an easy bet for Tyreek Hill to have at least 100 yards. Odds were like against it, and I was like, "Come on, dude."
But I guess they're thinking about Travis Kelce getting the majority of the catches there.
I mean,
Tyreek Hill for MVP was a super nice bet if you make that.
Well,
if you believe
didn't you say someone's getting a run back this game?
I'm putting that in my bold prediction for the Super Bowl.
Oh.
So let's eliminate that. Let's
Coin toss.
Men in Black.
Tails. Tails never
fails.
So
will the Chiefs get it right? Did you also make that prop bet?
I made the prop bet that a player will correctly call the opening kickoff coin toss correctly. So
Is that all?
that's what it said, and I was like,
the
you know
most
what?
anticlimactic thing Dom has
I'll give
ever
a
said.
yes to that. Yeah, well, apparently that's a bet, a prop bet. So I was like, okay, cool, sure, I'll take it.
Slam it.
Any other delinquent betting, or is this how we close out this segment for this year?
Normally
Or
you
is
have
Dom?
some insane 8-way parlay.
I
and
mean,
make fun of you. That's why it's called the delinquent corner.
I had to break it down. I might make more bets.
Degenerate
I
gambler.
might make more bets as the day goes along, which is very bad because I should not have my debit card on me, even though I only have to put in the little 3-digit code on the back.
See, if this is this is the reason why this has the title. It's because you say something, it just ends up with me just shaking my head, just like, "Oh, Jesus fuck."
Anything else, Dom, on your end?
Besides his
No.
Tampa Bay Lightning hat and
I've
Tampa
been
Bay
losing.
Buccaneers
I've been
jersey.
losing bets left and right for the last 6 months, so I'm kind of, I don't know.
So let's go into the big game, the prediction of the game, the Super Bowl prediction. Who are we taking home? Who's taking home the Lombardi Trophy? Is it going to be staying in Tampa Bay a little bit longer, or will it be taking an airplane ride back with Kansas City? Oh, there we go.
KC ruins the Tampa Bay sweeping the championships.
I agree. I think Kansas City's bringing it back to Kansas City, back-to-back champions. I think just for me, what really sticks out like a sore thumb to me is Tampa Bay's defense. I think Patrick Mahomes is just going to air it out all day, or let Clyde run it. Who knows? But I think Kansas City can get it done mainly because of Tampa Bay's defense and how weak it was in the playoffs and regular season at the end. So Kansas City, I think, can take it.
Well, I have a question.
Okay.
When the bet, sorry, I'm going back to betting because I see a bet that I like if it's correct. It says to score in both halves, and Mahomes is plus 3,000.
He has to score 2 touchdowns himself. Like he has to run them in or catch a pass.
Okay.
He has to do that.
They can't be throwing.
It won't be throwing. No. So when you do like any anytime touchdown scored on like FanDuel, you will do it would have to be them like either catching it or receiving it. It's not them passing it.
So never mind, because that's an easy one if it's throwing. I'm like, there's no way.
If it was throwing, I'm like, there's no way he's not scoring in both halves.
Yeah, it's like okay.
The dumb odds.
All right,
so what's your Super Bowl? Who are you having taking home the Lombardi?
Well, seeing the jersey he's wearing, I assume we know.
Okay.
Maybe he'll throw us for a loop, though.
Yeah.
He's thinking right now.
Scream that for this. I think Kansas City is going to win the Super Bowl. I am rooting for Tampa Bay. I really want Tampa Bay to win. I want Tom Brady to shout in the haters' faces even more. But I think I'm against the odds in it, and I do think that this is a major turning point in the NFL. I think that this is like the actual passing of the torch from one great to potentially the next great. And I think that's what this game is. Although I am rooting for Tampa Bay. If I have to,
you realize that I'm going to clip that of you wearing a Tampa Bay.
All right, go ahead, Josh. It's a logical thing to say that
he clips all these things.
Not while you're wearing a Tampa Bay jersey.
I'm rooting for Tampa Bay, but I think logically Kansas City's gonna win.
Don't wear that jersey.
Well, listen, my pick.
If my team, I'm a Patriots fan. If we're going against Kansas City, I can root for the Patriots and say I think Kansas City's gonna win. Like I'm not stupid. Just because I'm rooting for a team doesn't mean I can realistically predict something. But okay, Josh, whatever.
Well,
have fun with your Giants and your Daniel Jones.
Oh, you're the bandwagon onto the Bucks. Don't give me my Giants, Daniel Jones BS.
Well,
you bought a Brady jersey with the Bucks. I don't want to hear it.
Oh yeah,
100%. The Patriots go down whole. I'm still a Giants fan after 2-12, 3-13 season.
Okay, and I'm still a Patriots fan.
Oh, what jersey you wearing today?
I have a ton of jerseys, Josh.
All right, that's all I want to hear. That's all right. Next subject, Will.
So my pick, I'm wearing my Kansas City jersey, but I'm gonna be going with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's gonna run it back. Dom and I are gonna do a jersey exchange, sign them, exchange after the game. But I'm gonna be going Tampa Bay on this one. MVP, who are you predicting to win the MVP?
Can I ask a question real quick?
No.
3 of us said Kansas City. If Tampa Bay loses, how much longer does Tom Brady stay in the league?
He's still going to stay in the league regardless. He gets paid he's getting paid $25 million. I'll stay in the league for $25 million.
Yeah.
He's staying regardless.
I'm saying for the next 2 years, what's his contract?
Ends next year.
Next year.
He stays at least next year. If he has a terrible season,
that's what I'm saying is. Yeah.
If he has another season like this, he stays.
Chat's divided with Kansas City and Tampa Bay winning, so we got that going on. But MVP, who are you guys predicting to win? Bring home the illustrious MVP award.
Who won last year?
Mahomes. Should have been Damian Williams, but Mahomes won.
Been Damian Williams.
It really should have.
That's why this year I think that it'll be Mahomes again. I already picked Kansas City, so Mahomes will probably win it. He's gonna put up could be Kelsey. Could be Tyreek Hill if he puts up. How many yards did he have against the Bucks when he played them? 200.
230, I think. Tyreek.
Come on, if he puts up 200 yards again, he might get MVP. Who knows?
You never know.
See, I think they go overboard on Hill, and Kelsey's open all game.
Very well could, because the Tampa Bay defense already weak as it is. You're not guarding all the weapons that Kansas City has. I'm sorry.
I think if Tampa Bay wins, I'm going with Tom. If Kansas City wins, I'm going with Tyreek Hill.
I have two in mind. Okay, so I have Tampa Bay, but I could go Mike Evans, and my prop bet to win MVP, Devin White.
Devin White could be a solid defensive, like, if he performs well and actually puts some stops in on defense, he could get it.
When was the last time a defensive player won? Super
Malcolm
Bowl?
Butler. No, not Malcolm Butler. Malcolm Smith on the Seahawks. He had that 67-yard pick six off Peyton Manning. He had that amazing Super Bowl.
Tom Brady won that Super Bowl MVP, and he gave like all the awards to Malcolm Butler.
My thought process behind it is, if Tampa Bay wins, I think it's their defense that's stopping Kansas City for a win. So then I think it could be a defensive player that gets it. So I think Wills could be spot on with Devin White, to be honest.
See, I got a bold prediction though.
Well, we'll get to that. What's the score? What's the score everyone's predicting that may happen? Jake's just like, come on, boo this man.
I have no idea.
Boo this man. Boo.
Boo this man. Come on.
I'm going to go with mine. Well, I'll go with mine. I'll let you guys think. I'm going to go with the scoregami that has not happened, 36-23. And that's my scoregami. That'll be the 1,061st or 1,062nd unique score that will happen in the NFL.
Let's go with a lot to a lot.
Okay, so 10-3, the New England Rams Super Bowl.
I'm going 32-27 Kansas City. I think it's a close game. I just think Kansas City scores last-second touchdown, wins the game, whatever. 32-27.
Josh, I'm going 32-28.
Thanks, Tom.
This is like some Price is Right stuff, just trying to up one by
both started
$1.
Talking at the same time, and that's literally what I was gonna say.
I'm gonna put it in our doc, by the way, Dom, just so we.
Oh,
You already lost.
screw you.
And the bold prediction, where are you guaranteed happening in the Super Bowl?
Chris Godwin scores the first touchdown for Tampa Bay.
My bold prediction, a kickoff return for a touchdown will happen. A kick or a punt return touchdown.
My bold prediction is Tyreek Hill gets a 70-plus yard touchdown.
My bold prediction, and Jake's seen it before, is a strip sack ices the Super Bowl.
Why?
Whoever wins.
Come on, make it bold. Go ahead,
Bold.
Devin White.
That is bold.
No, just make it bold.
If it's Tampa Bay, it's Devin White.
It's Devin White for sure.
That'd be
It's Devin
sick.
White for sure.
I mean, it's probably not because he's a middle linebacker.
Antoine Winfield Jr.
Well, wait, but a sack fumble.
Yeah, that's true.
Strip sack fumble. Yeah.
Looks like same thing.
Yeah, but like that could definitely be Devin White.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. That'd be pretty awesome. Will, that would win the
Kansas
MVP.
City.
That would
Tyrann
win
Mathieu.
the MVP.
Tyrann Mathieu gets a sack to end the game or something. That'd be crazy.
Strip sack, that'd be gnarly.
Oh,
I just have a feeling defensive play ends the game.
Yeah, that's exactly
Definitely.
how I'm feeling.
Well, and that's the end of everything.
Wait.
Well,
Could you imagine if the Super Bowl ended with Tom Brady being strip sacked, just like the
God.
last Super Bowl he was in?
please.
Oh,
That
that's
would
not
just
the
be
last
hard.
Super Bowl.
That's not
Wait,
the
That's
last
not
play
the
either.
last Super Bowl. he was
Yes, it was, wasn't it?
no,
last
that
Super
was
Bowl he
Eagle.
lost.
It was the Eagles.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, but that wasn't the last play. He had a Hail
No, it
Mary
wasn't.
there.
But that basically iced the game.
Yeah, you're right.
That was the big play that said, "Hey, screw you, we won."
Yeah. Well, yeah.
When
pretty much.
I lost my ever loving mind.
One more. Well, I got three more segments actually. So I have the thank you off. I want to thank everyone that's viewing in right now. Those that have watched from week 2 all the way to this very point. I know we had 2 weeks where the show wasn't on. One of which I was just really hungover, so I apologize for not having that. And you know,
that week I did join Colton, so it was
yeah,
still a show.
Colton still had a show at that point over on his Twitter page over there. But I want to thank everyone from here. I know Colton's not here right now, but I want to thank everyone that's been a part of this. I know Jacob's not there either, but 6 people, 3 podcasts, just mayhem to be discovered, and clearly this was mayhem from the get-go, and a
And
very
up until the
a very stellar season 1, to say the least.
I agree. I'm excited that this whole thing started and continued, and we got to be able to do it all season. So, thanks for everybody.
I want to thank
including Jake.
Yeah,
who-
some of us on the road, some of us in the comfort of
Some
our
of
own
us-
homes.
Some of us with a chicken on our shoulder.
some of us going to
There's
Sonic, getting a
couple of
drive-through
highlights.
order, you know.
Couple of
Oh,
highlights
yeah.
that I can remember that only one person supplied, but
While they're driving, and we can clearly tell.
and
Everyone
yeah,
froze.
I'm
That was bad.
driving.
But everyone could promote their podcast on here. Take the time. We have one more segment after this, but what's everyone have planned going forward, or ideas and all that stuff? Whoever wants to start, give the floor.
Me and Jake are just full force going off, doing hockey. We're killing it.
Cranking out episodes.
Yeah, we're just hitting home runs.
In hockey,
Yeah, hitting dingers.
hitting dingers in hockey. I love that. Me and Jacob said it in the last show, said it in this show probably. We'll be coming out with an episode shortly, wrapping up the season. We'll be obviously covering some more recruiting because recruiting has been going really crazy. So we really got to release an episode, or else the whole hour episode is just going to be of recruiting because college football is going crazy right now. So we'll definitely be coming out with an episode soon. We haven't talked really about off-season stuff, but I'm sure we'll be coming out with some episodes then too.
Josh, for like the last month and a half, have been saying an episode's coming out shortly, and this whole thing. All I remember is if we all stay inside for 2 weeks, we'll conquer COVID. And yep, we're here.
We're here.
All inside. You can follow my podcast, the Play Extra Podcast, hosted by me and Colton. You can follow his podcast, the Personal Foul Podcast, Foul_podcast, over on Twitter. And hey, going to be doing some mini games because there's not going to be a whole lot of stuff to talk about with the NFL, but Sports Jeopardy. We'll have a bunch of goons, a bunch of clowns coming on and go through the whole offseason doing some Jeopardy. Maybe a Tournament of Champions at the end of the offseason, trying to go into a training camp and all that stuff. And final thoughts. This is the final thoughts. So what's on your mind that you want the world to know and just moving forward with your life? What's just pissing you off, like Josh's terrible takes on the Giants?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it then. What's really pissing me off is this group of guys that we got here. I mean, every week I come in, I accept the slander of Daniel Jones, and this is my time to talk, so I don't want to be cut off by Jake anymore during this.
I can mute him if I want.
Every mute him, please. every week I come on here, I wear my Giants stuff, I accept the slander. I try to throw it back. I'm very I don't even know what you'd call it. I'm very outnumbered in this show, but I still have fun with it. So I want to thank you guys for having some fun with me, having some fun with all of us, hopefully. It doesn't get too personal every now and then, but hey, I enjoy it.
Very on brand on his wrongness.
I never said once that I was wrong, Jake.
He's always said he's right.
I am always right.
I mean,
yeah, go.
just, tired of being indoors. That's about it. Need this. Also, sick of the snow. Need some warm weather to get up in here because it snowed almost every day for the last 2 weeks, and I'm over it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to thank you boys. I mean, it's been really fun. I'd like to thank our viewers for sure. It's been a real fun time. It's been a nice routine to get up in the morning on Sunday and actually do something. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm excited that we have the Super Bowl, but I'm also super excited that hockey's back. So at least, we get this nice transition from one sport to another, me and Jake at least. And yeah. So that's pretty much that.
I have 2 final thoughts. One, Josh, you blew your lead in fantasy hockey, not checking your lineup. So I want to thank you for the 8.5-point lead. So, bam! Thank you very much for that.
No way.
I have conquered this lead, and I'm going to win this week.
Oh my God.
I'm going to be taking my lead back in fantasy hockey.
I was up by 30.
You didn't pick up young Beezer, so therefore
I'm sorry.
cannot.
I have a question. Who is Couturier, and why is he putting up 14?
Because he's the fucking man.
He's over there on my wall. Jersey
Carter
strung
Hart,
up.
Jake's favorite.
Cat,
Why
cat,
is-
Cat a hat.
Why is
Gotta
LA
have.
and Vegas playing right now? That's just weird.
well, why is
Jesus.
Vegas playing? First of all,
See, but I had nobody on my bench. Well, I had Kopitar, I guess, that I could have played.
Kopitar.
Oh my good God.
Listen, all right, guys.
He
He's
got me
learning.
5 points. But
No. I'll give Josh credit. He's in this and he's learning, and he's actually doing incredibly well.
Thank you, Dom. I appreciate that. I'm definitely trying to come on between the benches for some trivia or something, just for the heck of it.
Me.
Anytime.
Oh, okay. You guys have to definitely have a show with me
Anytime.
and Josh pronouncing names. That has to be a
Please, I
show.
Episode
would love for
part
that
2.
episode.
Jake,
Dom, part 2.
Jake, that could be a
Just give-
lot more fun.
Give
Jake,
always be
that
so
could
much fun.
be a lot-
I won't even have to dig for obscure names. I'll just do the normal ones.
I won't even know because I've. What was it, Dom? There was one that was it Toes? Toews.
Oh,
Toes.
good God.
It's not Toes though. It's not
No.
Toes.
Oven chicken.
Yeah.
Alexander
How do you-
Oven chicken.
How do you pronounce his name though? Devin what?
Hayes.
Hayes.
There's no way. There's no A in his last name. Toews. Alicia. What does that spell?
Toews.
Yeah. What does that spell? Toes. Thank you. Not Taze.
What does ROY say? ROY.
That's how it's pronounced though.
Yeah,
Taze.
yeah.
Josh.
How do you pronounce ROY?
ROY. Oh,
Yeah.
please.
Roy.
It better be
Wah.
Roy. My sister's
Wah.
Why?
Wah? No, they're not.
It's Waluigi.
Where is he
Wah.
from?
Fran-
Where's he from?
Quebec.
It's Waluigi. Wow.
It's
Where's he
French.
from?
Quebec. It's French.
France?
No, he's from
Wow.
Quebec. It's French.
Jesus Christ.
We got to do this now. This is
Then
phenomenal.
there's Shattenkirk. One of my favorites.
Okay, well that's you got that right because that's sounded out.
All
He's
right, well,
American.
This is happening.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
this is so-
ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning
This is
in. I know we
totally
peaked at 10 viewers here. Go enjoy the Super Bowl. Go be with, your family if you want to go out and party. I mean, we're not endorsing you to go out and to be with large
And
groups.
be
But
safe
remember
if you
what
do.
the Center for Disease Control or whatever said. Instead of cheering, you clap, you stomp. Yeah, a game-winning touchdown, just a golf clap. Okay,
Golf clap.
just remember. Okay, no screaming. It'll
Screaming
spread.
every touchdown.
You're not going out.
All right, but ladies and gentlemen, let's have a fantastic Super Bowl Sunday. You'll be seeing the show live again in about 7 months.